Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 14 of the Speedrun Challenge. So, what are we doing? Last episode we had sappers trying to force their way into our base. I do have some tips to go over. So, Datterment mentioned maybe I should create some IEDs and store them for future sap raids. That's a very good idea. I can use some techniques like setting them on fire through walls in the future, but IEDs take that one step further, so I'll keep that in mind. And then also mentioning maybe I can move these insect corpses. Wait, what am I building? A trap, okay. Move some of these insect corpses so that they don't make the environment ugly. Yeah, it's worth doing, but maybe only when the toxic buildup goes away. So I'm thinking about the advanced components needed for charge lances, although I can't make charge lances yet. I'm going to want probably at least 2 of them, so I am going to queue up 6 advanced components, 3 for each. And then additionally, I'm going to have Bubbaloo start to haul the leathers I don't want or care for out to get rotted. Another tip from Double Nash mentions, what about helmets? That's a very good point. I don't actually have any proper helmets for my guys, so I will plan on making those as well. There's a lot of sort of things that my guys need. I would say weapons are probably more important than helmets. The ability to tank shots is nice and all, but there's no point in tanking shots unless you can dish it out. And at present moment, my dudes can't dish. Then Criparino mentioned that this one stack of turkey meat has been driving him insane, so I'll fix that. There. I will then put this one stack turkey meat out here to rot. Because it's very likely we're not going to kill another turkey, so I don't really need it in our freezer taking up a spot. Let's shrink the zone right there. And that forces to haul it. Alright, I need to let Bubbaloo de-stress a little bit. Speaking of de-stress, let's take the beer. Yes. Alright, there's some blood of Bubbaloo kind of everywhere. So I'll fix that. So we'll just forbid this turkey meat, and now that I'm really not putting roses in the bedrooms, I think what I'm going to do is move the lights that are in there to allow us to be a little bit more productive out here. Walking around in the dark makes you slow. And it's upsetting, being in darkness. I don't know why. I'm surprised actually that there isn't a trait that allows or really doesn't penalize for being in darkness. Wow, so we very quickly got the advanced components we need. Now we're going to need a lot of plasteel to make the weapons. And once I have the weapons, I will back it up with some armor. Bubbaloo, this is your bedroom. Alright, more tips. So, helmets, Double Nash mentioned. Justin Fedowa mentioned that it would be fun to grab the grenades for the next time that tribals fight. Now, I particularly like Molotov cocktails because you can throw them through walls. I know, strange and sort of exploity, but you do what you gotta do sometimes. Oh, speaking of meat that shouldn't be in the freezer. We really ought not to have any insect meat in this freezer. So let's put the stockpile back, shrink the zone underneath that. And grab this insect meat. Get rid of it. So for advanced helmets, we need 50 plasteel each. Also, it appears as if my steel stockpiles have fully dwindled. I'm looking for steel that's locked up in a mountain close. There is not anything all that close. There's this here, but that's at present unobtainable due to the... Not unobtainable, but ill-advised due to the toxic fallout. Alright, so Lulu is going to be smelting their Ikla for steel. That's fine. But what I will do is make this smelt slag zone much, much smaller, so we don't go traveling everywhere to smelt the slag. No, I meant fill the fermenting barrel. Okay, so we have a decent amount of beer just sort of sitting around. And of course, if I really needed steel, I could just... There we go, pulse charge munitions. Next up, crowd sleep caskets. Back to ship research. At this point, I have all of the necessary research to make the arms and armor that I feel is necessary for the defense of the base. 2 charge lances for sure, and then I don't know what a third weapon should be. I'll think about it. And then Bubbaloo's uranium mace is fine. Let's get the small stacked textiles to spoil. And this is in an attempt to lower my colony wealth, because I don't need these textiles. I don't need the thrombohorn. I don't need any of that. So I want to have it spoil on purpose. I could always burn it. But then depending on where I put it, I'd have to clean up the ash. Burning it's not a terrible idea given that I do have a Molotov, but I'm doing it this way first. So making these charge lances, oh, let's get some food and rest. Getting these charge lances will also level up her crafting ability a little bit. She's region known. Good. What region? I truly have no idea, because what region am I in? She's known all across the Doomsday Peaks and Doomsday Coast that she is a really good weaponsmith, meaning that 3 people know that she's good at it. That really is pretty much everyone in this region. Alright, the toxic fallout has settled. Cool. Bob, I'm going to have you do some Ikla hauling. And then possibly actually do some mining. I think what I'll do is to put a torch lamp up here. This is going to be a real beautiful environment, as you can tell. Alright, so the avoid spiders here is no longer necessary. In fact, it's not necessary here either, and there's a bunch of insect jelly, and you know what? I'm just going to reinstall this glow pod. Why reinvent the wheel? That already glows. So, Babbo. How is this glow pod forbidden? Oh, you know it's in a forbidden zone. You're right, Bob. You're right. Let's see if yeah, I still have avoid spiders on them, though. Because I still, in fact, do want to avoid them. Because most of the ship, despite being super high-tech, is just going to be steel. So one of the issues I'm going to have here is this is a really, really ugly environment to work in, full of rotten corpses. But, I mean, I could do something about that. Yeah, let's, while our moods are high, let's go on a little bit of a corpse patrol. And do what we can to get rid of these nasty, nasty corpses. Meaning that... Where did my Molotovs go? They were right here. Where'd y'all put them? No, seriously. Oh, she was standing on them. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of some of these corpses. There's already a forest fire, so not like I'm making it any worse. And this is probably home zone, but you know what? It's not. Lulu, keep working on that charged rifle. What are they? Fireproof? Oh, there we go. Grab the jelly. Oh wow, that insect pod did not last very long. I do already have some frag grenades, so I'm not going to worry about them. What I'm going to do is set him on home so he's not encouraged to leave the base at the moment and walk to somewhere where it's going to upset him. These things are so almost rotted that being hit by Molotovs are making them disappear, for the most part. Oh, what? We didn't even bring enough wood for the task? Are you kidding me? Why would you bother coming all the way out here with 2 out of 20 wood? So if I'm going to be traveling around this area, I don't have to keep looking at desiccated corpses. I know I just blew up a shotgun, but whatever. Because as you can see, the desiccated corpses are really bad on the mood. Luckily, I have beer and tea and insect jelly and sleeping with the wife that can all change that mood pretty quick. That's why I picked JD over Bubbaloo to do this corpse cleanup. This Bubbaloo broke up. Alright, so we have an excellent charge lance. That's good. We are not making another one because of a lack of plasteel, so I'm going to have her drill. for now. And we'll get the steel for another charge lance. Okay, carrying enough. Oh, some of the ambrosia actually got survived. Nice. Probably the ambrosia up here. Yep. Very toxic fallout resistant ambrosia, which makes me think, what is in this ambrosia? Not all this. Nope, they're all ready to harvest. Okay, smelting the really important weapon. No, wrong. Hit point quality. No, actually, suspend that entirely. I'm glad it's not destroyed, and I'm glad I saw it in time. That was not so cool. Okay, I have no idea why Win is the harvester here. Ms. Win. Because I just finished my research, that's it. Alright, let's put the ambrosia in here. For a lance, we need 60 plasteel. We have enough. Get the second lance we wanted. JD, what are you working on? Mining, but slowly. The stacking steel to the shelf, kind of a bother. Alright, Mr. Bob, unrestricted. Or really avoid spiders. Any more corpses I should take care of? There's a speleopede here. And I think we're good for now, so I'm going to trade up to a slightly beefier weapon. Win, take the bolt. Has a much longer range than a shotgun. Bubbaloo. Cool. Harvesting the ambrosia. Now, what is his needs? We'll get him all drugged up. Take a little bit of everything. And while you're ridiculously happy, Bubbaloo, because we passed through this area a lot, I know it wasn't your mess, you didn't cause it, but you are, however, going to clean it. Okay, he was like, F yeah, I'll clean it. And cleaned just about none of it. Okay, joke's on me. He's cleaning some of it. Don't step into the trap. I was hoping for rain to do this, but nope. No luck yet. I'll just do it myself. So that charge lance is about half done. And we are well underway. The time we got left, let's see. 37 days. That seems like a good amount. Once I have another weapon and some helmets, it will be... I'll be all set to fire up the reactor, honestly. That seems so momentous. But that's what we need to do. This is, in fact, a speedrun. Alright, so he should go back to digging into the steel here. The ship, after all, is mostly steel. And then JD can haul it all back to base. Alright, yet another charge lance. And that will be yours. The bolt actions that we discarded, we can smelt. We don't need the wealth. So if we check the history here, as you can see, I am constantly fighting wealth. As you'll see it go up and down. While Bubbloo ran all the way back to flick that light, that was a waste of my time. And then Lulu, I don't think we need... I'd rather you mine. Dig at the deep drill. This node's nearly fully tapped. Now, as far as mining goes, JD would be better off hauling because Bubbloo is missing a toe and won't be able to haul as fast as JD can. Although, is he going to spend the time hitting on Lulu? I guess we'll see. So we've got some pretty decent weapons. Wouldn't hurt to get one more decent weapon out of the crafter for win. Possibly a sniper rifle, just for the maximum range. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to go for. If I end up with a siege, let's say, and the siegers have a bunch of sniper rifles, I'm going to want to attack them at the same range that they can attack me at maximum. So we'll get it. One sniper rifle for win. And then win can always hand that over to JD or Lulu if they need to be more accurate at range. So let's machine that bad boy up. And then consume a paste meal, sure, and then start hauling steel. Now I'm sure there is more steel. I haven't spotted it. There's probably more steel around that I can mine. Terrestrial steel, let's call it. But I'm not super worried about that. We don't need a huge ship. What I am worried about is helmets. Our armor's pretty good. Helmets, not so much. Alright, so digging at deep drill, go back to hauling. Good old Heatwave. It's a Heatwave in September, so that could be more annoying. It's not terrible. And we have enough for our first advanced helmet, and I'm going to make the advanced helmet out of plasteel. It's far more expensive. I'll probably do a plasteel helmet for Bubbloo, and then a regular steel for the rest of them. Bubbloo is the most likely to take hits to the noggin, being a brawler. Even with this shield belt. You need to eat. Not a whole lot of recreation going in this Doomsday cult. I mean, kind of for obvious reasons, to be fair. It is a Doomsday cult. Okay, so there's our sniper rifle. It's excellent quality. And that means that Lulu, you can go ahead and smelt the weapon. And I really should keep this suspended so that we don't accidentally smelt something we wanted to keep. Alright, now we're making the advanced helmet. Oh no, what are we doing? I don't know what she's doing. There we go. There's the advanced helmet. But I'll let her recreate a little bit, because having everyone super rec deprived, not so healthy in the long run. Well, 3 types of drugs: beer, tea, and ambrosia. We're probably going to need more psychite grown. But given that we're headed... Well, it's a heat wave, so yeah, let's go ahead and take advantage of this heat wave. The amount of research coming out of Wynn is ridiculous. We have no need for this second research bench, I don't think. Alright, Mr. Bubbaloo. Grow then mine. And then JD, if you're mining, do some hauling instead. That is unfortunately 2 trips. That's a bummer. All right, cutting brambles, no. In fact, a lot of the ambrosia out here died due to let's not do that. Due to the toxic fallout. So I shrunk the zone. I am not going to bother coming out here to... Actually, let's just... There we go. No one will pick this stuff up now. It's 1 stack of steel ain't worth it. Alright, JD. Let's see. Lulu, you should be smithing, not mining. Alright. Her priorities are now set straight. So once you're done with that helmet, I need you to make a bunch of steel ones for my brainiums. Oh, Bubbaloo, nice. You... Oh, no. We sown it. Alright, let's kill that zone. It's my bad. Allow sowing is off. Let's shrink this zone to size. The reason I do this is if there's like a tree that grows here, I don't want to run all the way out there to cut the tree. So yeah, there's some parts of the zone that are... Oh, here's some steel. There's some parts of the zone that could grow trees, but shrinking it like that removes a lot of the chance for that. So here, for instance, let's go and expand the zone like this, shrink the zone like that, and now the tree is no longer included in the ambrosia zone. It's just the 2 pieces ambrosia. And I find it's easier to paint like that than to have many zones, 1 for each ambrosia, which we'll get... Oh, no. You're not wearing that. Bubbaloo is wearing that helmet. And hopefully... Ooh, it is getting warm, though. Temperature. Time for a bunch of passive coolers. Now, luckily for me, a lot of the trees did survive the toxic fallout. But the heat wave did kill off the beer that I had going. I only had a teeny stack of it. It's not that important, but it's a little bit of a bummer. Okay, the passive coolers are working. The base is definitely cooling down a bit. Oh, actually, the heat wave is ending. Great. I made all these passive coolers right at the end of the heat wave. Go me. So productive. Looking at the amount of components I have, it is definitely now worth, especially given my current weaponry, worth going in there and mining up what they have in there. So I plan on doing that. Which means, briefly, all hands on deck. It's rare that I grab everyone. But given the amount of enemies I got, I'm having them sort of walk around for a second so that Bubbaloo can catch up. Okay, let's everyone shoot the big mega spider. They're the scariest. Perfect. I'm just having... Ah, perfect, perfect. Bubbaloo is running mostly just the interference. Oh, emus. It's the famed emu war. I knew it was coming. Bubbaloo, you can handle Scarab, right? Alright. How many emus? Oh, a lot of them. Okay, so the purpose of coming back here was so that I might be able to mine the components and not have to manufacture them. So we'll get working on that. Restrictions lifted. Entirely blanket lifted. You guys gonna have some emus and a mad buck to deal with. Oh no, these guys don't even know how to get into our base. I'm gonna keep it like that. Restrict home. Also appears as if I've mispainted. There's part of this that ain't home. Alright. That looks pretty good. Bubbaloo, you are the exception. You can stay out here in mine. It is a lot cheaper to mine compacted machinery than to make components. So as you can see, I am making a component or two, but oh darn it. Uh-oh. These guys, these emus are getting wise. Coming into my base. I don't want them tripping all my traps. JD, you did that by repairing that door. Let's see if you can't lure them back here now. Nope. Some of them are getting lured back. This buck is gonna fuck you up if you don't run. God, that door takes so long to open. Lulu, go help your husband. He's getting cracked by deer. A little bit of a dangerous shot, that, but that's okay. I killed Big Bird. So, JD, you're going to need some medical attention. Stupid rotten birds. Go away. Get off my turrets. It honestly would almost make more sense to break this wall down, put some smaller turrets in the way, and have this turret shoot at anything that crossed over. But, whatever. Alright, Bubbaloo, you've got the right idea. We just had a lot of our wood used up by stupid birds, by D. Reynolds. We're gonna have to replace a lot of stuff. The thing is, that's a problem for future me, because present me is now done with this episode. So I wanted to thank Datterment XD, Double Nash, First Word, Justin Fedwa, all for your feedback. If you have any other tips for me, tricks, ideas, questions, anything like that, drop me a line, and I do hope that you tune in next time. Just for the record, it is currently T-minus 34 days. We are really coming up on it. I'm going to obviously need to fire up the reactor with at least 15 days to spare. I probably won't even wait that long. Maybe even next episode now that I have proper weapons. I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Adios.